This video shows how to use the HTML5-based vSphere client to encrypt new and existing virtual machines. This video shows usability improvements in the HTML5-based vSphere client. Navigate to the virtual machine and power off. Click Edit VM Storage Policies. This is a usability enhancement to the vSphere client. Previously, you had to right-click the powered off virtual machine, select VM Policies, and select Edit VM Storage Policies. Select an encryption storage policy, such as the default VM encryption policy. To encrypt VM home and all disks, click OK. The task list shows that the Reconfigure Virtual Machine event completes. To choose which disks to encrypt, toggle Configure per disk, and for each disk, select or deselect an encryption policy under VM Storage Policy. Click OK. You must encrypt VM home. Launch the new Virtual Machine Wizard and start to fill it in. Under Select Storage, with Encrypt this virtual machine unchecked, the default storage policy is a non-encryption policy. Check Encrypt this virtual machine. The VM storage policy changes to an encryption policy, and the drop-down displays the available encryption policies. Continue filling out the wizard. Under Customize Hardware, note these enhancements in the vSphere client. Under VM Option Encryption, you can select or deselect disks to encrypt. In this example, by deselecting disk 0, only VM home is encrypted. You can add a hard disk during virtual machine creation, and as we show here, decide to encrypt by applying an encryption storage policy. When you make your selection for disk encryption, they are reflected in the Virtual Hardware section for each disk. Click Finish. The task list shows that the virtual machine event completes. The VM hardware pane shows at a glance the summary for encrypted virtual machine. For example, here it shows one of 2 hard disks are encrypted. You can add more encrypted disks or decrypt disks and VM home through Edit Settings. You can either right-click the virtual machine and select Edit Settings, or click Edit Settings in the virtual machine's VM hardware pane. In the virtual hardware pane, you can expand a hard drive and select a VM storage policy to either encrypt or decrypt a disk. You can add new disks as well as choose to encrypt or not. Under VM Options, you can expand encryption and by selecting disks, either encrypt or decrypt them. You can decrypt an entire virtual machine, that is VM home and all disks, by selecting None under VM Options, Encryption, Encrypt VM. For more information about encrypting and decrypting virtual machines, see the vSphere security document and visit docs.vmware.com.